day 26 of my 20-day water fast. So my numbers, let's just start with the numbers, shall we? The dropped in weight again today, dropped over a pound. Yesterday it was 179.3, and today I dropped 1.2 pounds down to 178.1. So I'm definitely fast approaching the mid 170s range. So that's really exciting. And again, my pH was 6, solid 6. It didn't slip back to the 5.75 that it had before. So I think something is starting to, the tides are turning in terms of the acidity, alkalinity balance in my body. And going to the bathroom, yeah, I'm just roughly estimating around 6 or so, give or take 1 or 2. The water pH was a little lower today, 9.14, but it's still in the 9s. TDS 100, EC 201. I went to sleep about 1:30 in the morning, and then got up about 7:15 a.m. But it was a little bit of a slow morning this morning. I immediately started checking. I got some little pop-up from a friend of mine, some little urgent message, and I ended up kind of going on a little tangent and kind of took care of something. But it was actually something that had been dragging on for actually a long ass time. So it was actually kind of good that I just took the time out and just took care of it. And now it's not this, it was something I should have taken care of like a year ago kind of thing. So, but I finally took care of it and got it settled. And so now I'm just like, okay, I just unloaded something. So I was good. I was definitely happy about that. But of course it threw off my morning a bit. So still did my meditation. I only did like a half an hour meditation as opposed to the full hour. And then, yeah, I definitely was feeling more tired than usual today. And it took me a while to get going today. Like there was definitely more stuff that I was, just completing some things. There was other little bill things that I needed to take care of, and so I was just kind of going through all that stuff. But by the time I finally got going today, which was like 2 hours later than what I thought I was going to, I just really felt dragging today, different than other days. So I wasn't sure if it was just I just didn't get enough sleep, that I've been going to bed too late and not getting enough quality sleep, or maybe I'm just going through a wave of the where I am in the water fast. And so I wasn't sure. So one of the things is now that I'm deep into way past the 20-day mark, again, I'm being a little more lax in terms of experimenting with doing, trying other things, like start drinking some green tea, or some other very lightly caffeinated tea. And so I was like, okay, I got to get a lot of work done. I got a lot of places to drive to today, and I'm dragging right now. So I think maybe I need to just give myself a little boost right now. So went to Pete's Coffee and then ordered one of the teas. Initially I was like, maybe I should just try some coffee, but I was like, that might be too much right now. So let me just stick with tea. So I felt, that was a safer bet. And I'm glad I did that, because I noticed a difference. There was definitely a boost in my mood and alertness level. So that was good. And then, and I actually had another tea later in the day, and I saw those definitely kept me going. I had like a chai tea. So that was a nice little boost. But then at one point, after all these different job locations, it was probably around 7-ish, around 7 p.m., suddenly just like a wave of just like tiredness just hit me. And I literally was just like, I can't, I really don't want to do anything. I don't want to move anywhere. I just want to close my eyes right now. So I ended up just taking a nap in the car. And I think I was, probably a good 45-minute nap. And then I just kind of gradually got back up again. And then, then I had I felt enough energy to then continue and wrap up what I was doing. And then head back home and take care of all oh, actually, no. After that, I was like, should I just go back home? But I was like, you know what? Let me go to the gym and just do the sauna. So I went back to the gym just to sit in the sauna, some cold shower therapy, do a clean shave, steam room, and then lotion. Again, I'm like really try to do a lot of regular, rich lotion on my skin, all over my skin, especially all the areas that are, a little looser, that I want them to, to have more elasticity. So I'm making that a habit to do that at least every other day. So I think that's helping. I'm definitely noticing things are starting to look like they're tightening up. But it's not, this didn't occur, in over the course of a few weeks. This was over years. So, I'm only day 26 in. So it's unrealistic for me to expect, have a miraculous all this physical transformation and all the skin tightening and everything in just a few weeks of fasting. So that's the other thing I'm debating today. If I should go to 30 days or should I try to push it to 40 days? Because perhaps in the last 10 days is where, the skin tightening is really going to start kicking in. But then I'm also like really starting to push it to the limits in terms of my fat storage. And, and as much as I want to do that, I do have a concern that, perhaps I'm going to, at the end of 40 days, I'm going to be in a kind of a very weakened state, that it may take me a bit longer to recover and come back from that, So I'm not sure. I'm taking it one day at a time right now. I'll definitely reevaluate on day 30 to see, am I happy with the progress that I made so far, and perhaps I should take a pause, go implement the plant paradox diet regimen, and then, maybe do that for a couple of months. And then after I just really build up a lot of nutrients, then do another fast, hit it again, to then, try to get those last part, but then, I'm fully nutrient filled up. So, then that's what I'm thinking right now as a possibility. But, I could very as well just, then again, my other concern is that if I don't push it to about 40 days or so, that the the best autophagy, the really intense autophagy on my skin, it may be something where that only really starts kicking in when I'm down to the last parts, kind of thing. And unless I get down to those last parts, it's that the real tightening that I'm looking for is not going to occur. And so, if I had to, it's it's after 30 days is when it's really going to kick in. So it's if I don't do it now, when am I going to do another 30 days, So, yeah, I don't think after this experience, once I get down to a super lean level, it'll definitely be challenging to do another 30 days starting at a very low body fat. So I'm kind of weighing those two things. So I don't know. Feel free to leave any comments what you think, whether I should just do 30 days and then do the nutrition plan for a couple of months, do some working out, build myself up a bit, and then hit another, maybe do another 20-day fast again, to then really focus on just getting those last few pounds and helping to get the tightening effect going on. So yeah, so I'm not sure what is there like a difference between 30-day fast and 40-day fast, that if there's certain critical things that seem to occur at different, I know there's the first 3 days, and then in the first 10 days, then I know like a sweet spot for really having some reversals of disease dysfunction usually really fully kicks in by 2 weeks kind of thing. But I'm not sure what the difference is like between a 30-day fast and a 40-day fast in terms of the any additional benefits beyond just further fat loss, and some further detoxification. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. But yeah, so it was good. Yeah, I got back from the gym, got back here. I'm actually feeling a little more energetic again. So that was good. Yeah. So, but it definitely, that lull in energy, it definitely started getting me to think like, oh crap, maybe I'm finally getting closer to the end. There's the thought crossed my mind. It's like, maybe my body overall is kind of like the peak of energy's happened, and now it's the waning side now, and and now it's like, okay, now I'm kind of going into a bit of a feeling weaker now because I've gone for quite some time without any food. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna, I'll reevaluate tomorrow as well. No matter what, I'm going to at least 30, because it's only 4 more days. I got this for sure. 4 more days is like piece of cake at this point. But if over the next 4 days I'm consistently start feeling like lethargic, feeling, despite going to bed at a more reasonable time, but again, I'm not going to a reasonable time tonight either again. So I don't know. Seems like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. is just kind of my sleep time for me. Like my body doesn't want to go to sleep any earlier than that. So, but yeah, if I'm feeling like really dragging for the next 4 days straight, despite seemingly getting enough sufficient sleep and stuff, then I'm going to be more concerned about trying to push it to 40 days, because then I may just like push myself into a physically more exhausted state, and it might be take longer for me to recover from. So, and I can't afford to be in a weakened state in which I have difficulty working, and I'm not doing like real physically intensive work either. I'm doing some, handyman installation work, but I'm carrying some stuff, but it's not too heavy of stuff that I'm carrying right now. So, so as long as I can maintain that workload and, be able to go about my day, making different stops, installing different things, as long as I can continue that, then, I'll continue fast. But if I detect that my energy level is just dropping too low and I'm having trouble doing my work, then I think at that point I'd probably have to break the fast. But, like I said, no matter what, I'm definitely going to go 30 days. So I will update, each day and just kind of gauge where I'm at. So that's, I think that's it for now. I was trying to make this video a little shorter. I know last couple of ones, they were like over an hour long. I had a lot of things to say, but I think I said most of the other things I needed to say. I have been re-listening to the Plant Paradox audiobook again as I'm going about my day doing the different install jobs, and it's making even more sense the second time around. A lot more stuff is sticking, a lot more details, and just like the framework, the model, the health, nutrition, bio, our gut bacteria, how it all works together, and explaining all these different things that we deal with, and all the diseases and everything. I mean, it's just like, I'm just really blown away at how it's such a seemingly very, it's a very complete model that is able to explain everything. All the questions I've ever had, all the like, but there's this exception, and what about that exception? It like explains all the exceptions. It just makes perfect sense to me. As wild and outrageous some of the stuff is described in the book, it all makes sense. And the more I listen to it, the less wild sounding it sounds. The more it just sounds like, well, duh, of course that's got to be the way it is, because that's the only way it makes any sense. All the other ways that have been described are highly incomplete at best, or highly just way off track and just flat out wrong at worst, in terms of all the different diets and theory and models of how the whole nutrition thing works with the body. So I'm definitely fully on board with it. Of course I still have to implement it, and then like live it for myself, and then like have my mom fully implement it, and then like actually see with my own eyes that her arthritis completely goes into remission, and her type 2 diabetes completely disappears. Like I need to see that too, but there's definitely so many case studies and describing so many different patients where he had these remarkable turnarounds that I'm like, okay, I'm a believer at this point, but I still got to implement it for myself to like have personal experience. So there is the possibility that it's something that could be bullshit or whatever, but it seems very unlikely given how much I've read and how detailed and thorough the explanations are, and how many different scientific references are made, and so many different references to patients, including some patients that are very famous, well-known people that I've actually, could actually see proof that what he's talking about. I went and verified, and that definitely was true, what he was referring to. So I have no reason to believe that anything he's been claiming is not based in facts and reality. So it just gives me a lot of just like comfort and hope to like, confidence. Maybe hope's not the right word. Confidence is the better word. That, okay, I finally found something that I can fully align with, and I fully understand, and it fully makes sense, and there's nothing vague about it. It's clear. It's like computer code. It's just like, it's either it's on or off. It's a 1 or a 0. It's a yes or a no, and so that's what it feels. That's what it occurs to me, and so now all the other diet programs and theories and all that stuff, I'm just like, toss all that crap. You know, they just don't have it. They don't have the complete picture. So yeah, so it's really nice to have something that actually 100% makes sense. So, and again, I will be sharing my experience as I go along in implementing the plant paradox food diet, and you know, as well as I'm going to be working on implementing it to have my mom do it, you know, because she's suffering from type 2 diabetes and, you know, pretty bad arthritis, and she's in her 80s. So, you know, witness a total turnaround for her. I mean, man, I'd be, you know, at that point, I'm 100% believer. So, you know, so that's something that, you know, also I'll report on as the time comes. So anyways, okay, well, I was trying to make this shorter video and I started making it longer again. So I think that's it for now. And so on to day 27. All right, till then.